Hello and welcome to 10X Growth Talk. Today I'm here with Ron and we're having a conversation about how to paint the picture white or black. Ron had some good perspective and we're just going to talk about that. To me, painting the picture white or black is about conversations you're having with yourself and with other people. Are those conversations positive or are they negative? White being positive and black being negative, because I believe that if you're not grounded, if you're not focused, if you don't know what your desires are or what your goal is, you could easily fall off the path of whatever your goals are by a simple conversation with somebody that may be negative. I recently thought about this and I have a friend that talked to me about it, and he said that conversations, when you go home, what are you saying to your family? Are you telling them how good work is? Or are you just complaining and focusing on all the bad things that happen in the day? And we all have bad days. I mean, right. You've had a bad day, right, Ron?
Oh, yeah.
So when you go home and you're just complaining about everybody at work, the people you work with, all the negative things that are going on, and you're not focusing on the gratitude or all the positive things, then what's going to eventually happen?
Yeah, it's just going to take you on a down spiral of where you want to go and the things that you want to achieve. And we were just talking about that just a second ago, is that sometimes it could be even people that you look up to or you look at that may have achieved things that you're looking to achieve. And if you don't remember that laser focus of what John talked about last video, you can get off track and start painting it a negative color rather than keeping yourself into that area of knowing that you're headed in the right direction. Somebody that you've been looking up to can pull you down rather than lift you up.
Yeah, they could be having a bad day or a conversation that in their mind is negative, and they could be talking about their perspective. That's why I think that it's important for us to be personally grounded, for us to be strong from the inside out, because things won't move you,
right.
When you're strong from the inside out. Conversations like that can actually pull that person into a positive zone instead of allowing them to take you into a negative zone.
Right.
You could assure them, you can actually pull them out of that. And I've had many of those talks with people that were just focused on the negative, and they were talking about all the things that were wrong. And I had to hold myself and think about it and look for the good, and then start asking some good questions and pulling them back out of there, because if either they're going to pull you in there or you're going to pull them out.
Right.
Okay, I don't think that anyone's going to stay on either side. And my perspective is that happens also at work. When we come to work, and if we're complaining about our family,
right.
We're complaining about the hardship we had in our marriage with our kids or whatever it is, then eventually people at work are going to say, why don't you leave that woman? Why are you with her?
Right.
Pull you down, pull you out, because you're constantly complaining and making the negative comments. Well, they're going to eventually go, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you advice, because everybody's an expert, right? They want to all give you advice.
Right.
So they're going to tell you to leave that person, and that may not be what you want. You're just frustrated at the moment. So be careful for what happens or what you vent out to people, because you'll eventually get what you complain about the most.
One of the things that we've done in the past is we put a man standing on a chair. We've asked the guys, and it was the biggest guy in the shop, and we put him in the chair, and we say, okay, we get the smallest guy in the shop, and we say, now I want you to pull him down off that chair, and I want you to pull him up onto the chair. So the biggest guy is trying to pull the smallest guy up, and the smallest guy is trying to pull the biggest guy down, and it's just impossible to do. That small guy is going to have gravity on his side and leverage on his side, and he can pull that big guy down. And that's similar to what we're talking about, is that when you're around people that are always constantly painting that picture negative and pulling you down, it doesn't matter how high and how you can be looking at things rosy and painting it well, they'll pull you down. So you got to be careful of who you're listening to and who you're allowing to put things into your life, because they can pull you down. It's happened to me many times, and I just got back with what you said before about you had to get back into listening to the audio tapes and reading again and start getting yourself back into that place to get focused again in what you want to achieve. So
yeah,
it's true to keep yourself from being pulled down. Don't allow those people to just pull you down. When you're laser focused, you can continue to do it, and that happens in any part, from being a technician, having a guy in the parking lot telling you how bad the company is, right? What do you want to use your ears for? We talked about that yesterday. Are you going to use those ears for trash cans and allow that trash to drop into your heart that eventually is going to come out of your mouth? Or are you going to say, you know what, these ears are not here for trash cans, I only allow good things to go in them? that
Because
helps
eventually,
them out.
whatever goes in is going to come
It's
out.
going to come out.
So
right?
if you have only negative things going in, then negative things are going to come out. So it's very true. When I look at an application and when somebody comes into work, I look at longevity of where they've worked. And I look to see if somebody's worked somewhere for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or, 3 months, 4 months, 3 months, 4 months. And when I see somebody that's worked for very short periods of time, I always wonder what they're looking for.
Right.
What are they looking for that they couldn't find here, they couldn't find there, and they couldn't find at the third place and the fourth place? And a lot of times it's because they don't really know what they're looking for. They're being influenced by outside sources that are pulling them from one direction, or their emotions are taking them from one side to the next.
Right.
So in order for us to stay solid and stay within our purpose, I believe we need to spend time every day putting good things in our ear, like you said,
Right.
talking about listening to positive things, and then building the inside first, because the stronger you are from the inside, the less somebody can move you from one direction to the next, because
Right.
you'll be on the path.
Right.
Well,
Well, my wife does a good grounding for me too. So at times where, I may get off track, to have that support system in your life to be able to bring you back and refocus and say, look, this is where you wanted to do. So why are you concerned with these other things?
Right.
And to have a good support system at home, with your relationships at work as well. When there's a good support system, when you have people that you can depend on that are not feeding you that negative, it keeps you grounded from being pulled down.
right. The negative is what creates the fear. And then when it creates the fear, to me, you go into the past, because we all have bad baggage from the past, right?
Right.
So then we go to the past and we go, hey, I've had a bad experience, so I'm going to bring that with me into the future. And you're thinking that this is the only way to do it because something bad has happened in the past. It's going to happen again, but it doesn't have to happen. You don't have to bring that fear or the bad baggage back into the future.
That's right.
We all have choices to bring what we want to bring into the future. So,
Right.
yeah.
I agree.
Great. Well, thank you, Ron. Thank you for
My pleasure.
joining me on this 10X talk. Hope you
you.
guys enjoyed it. Until the next one, have a great day. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.